What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and I am back with another video. And obviously this isn't your usual manga video because, as you can see from the title, it's going to be a Q&A slash update for the channel itself. And I just want to give you guys a few little updates before we get into the Q&A part. But if you guys did not know, I actually do have a Twitch account. I know a lot of you guys don't know, but I do have a Twitch account where we do stream video games, we stream anime, we stream manga, we stream all that type of fun stuff. So I mostly do all my live streams there. So if you're wondering why I don't live stream over here that much, it's because I'm usually live streaming over there. And I usually live stream about 3 to 4 times a week. I try to do a little bit more, but I can only do so much when I have to run a YouTube channel on my own. Secondly, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a huge favor and go ahead and follow the second channel, because I know a lot of you guys won't be able to catch me actually doing my live streams on my Twitch account. Well, my second channel is where I house all my other videos, where it isn't like usually collecting based, or it just has most of my Twitch streams over there, because Twitch does delete my Twitch streams after a while. So if you want to get some of my older Twitch streams or get some of my newer current Twitch streams, go ahead, go over there, and they also are timestamped, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can watch certain things. I do have like rating and reviewing manga collections over there with the Uncensored Anime Podcast over there. So if you want to check that content out, go over there to the second channel, hit the subscribe. We're trying to hit that bad boy to 1,000 subscribers. That way we can monetize that channel as well. And lastly, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Honestly, because I get on Twitter a lot, I be bored a little bit, and you know, I want more people to interact with. So go ahead, follow me on Twitter, follow me on all my other social media platforms. But before we actually get into the Q&A part of the video, y'all know I gotta get my shameless plugs out the way. And I gotta say shout out to my Patreon pledgers for going ahead and financially supporting the channel, guys. I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me, financially donating on Patreon. And I gotta give a big shout out to the YouTube members for financially donating as well on the YouTube side of things. So I gotta say I highly appreciate those group of people as well. Those people deserve the biggest Dark Sage hug that I could give them. Secondly, I gotta give a shout out to Broke Boy Gang. And if you're not a part of Broke Boy Gang, you want to be, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, post notification bell, like the video, and share the content. That way you can help me grow within the YouTube algorithm. And lastly, like I said earlier, follow me on all my other social media platforms. Yeah, I didn't expect that. That was a little something different. I just want to do a little something different. But let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so here we are with the Q&A part of the video, and I actually listed this right before I actually did my move on my YouTube community post, and obviously I will not be answering every single question in this bad boy because there's like over 70 comments on this thing. I ain't got the time to do that. And you can probably look at the bottom right of the screen right now. Y'all can see what time it is. I be on something different at this type of time at night, or technically in the morning, but you guys get what I'm saying. So essentially, let's go ahead and actually go through some of these questions right here, because some of these questions are pretty interesting, and I actually do want to answer some of this. Like the first one by Angel Ramirez, shout out to you. Do you sometimes feel like you can't be 100% honest about a series because it will isolate your audience? Do you find yourself collecting series you don't like for a video? Honestly, when it comes to series that I review and things like that, I will say that I am giving my 100% honest review on something, especially the Boruto review. You guys seen how bad I slandered Boruto, and a lot of you guys think it's really good, and we all can have our opinions. Some of y'all just wrong on that one, but we can all have our opinions. But honestly, I will say that when I do give a review, I give my honest opinion, because I'll tell you right now, I'm not the guy to go to try and get like a really great story, writing, telling, perspective type stuff. I'm not that type of guy. I always tell people like this, I'm a Shonen Jump stan. I like it when people get punched in the face. I like the power of friendship every now and then, not like on the fairy tale type tip, but I like the power of friendship. I like transformations. I like all that type of stuff. So I give you guys my honest opinions when it comes to some of these series I talk about. And I don't ever feel like I'll isolate my audience. Honestly, the one time I feel like I kind of did isolate my audience a little bit was when I actually did the Berserk reviews, because if you look at the Berserk reviews compared to my other manga reviews, they didn't obviously perform as well as some of my other reviews. So, and I also want to say that I don't collect series that I don't like. I mean, except for Boruto, but I was honestly giving that another chance, just like Black Clover, where I do give some series a second chance, and I collect it just so I can read it or give it another chance. And I don't buy a whole bunch of it just to satisfy you guys. I always buy manga to help satisfy my collection, not, you know, to satisfy the needs for y'all. Now, if y'all tell me to check out something, I will, and I'll give it a chance, but I'm not going to collect the whole series, especially if I don't like it from the jump. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's a good question, actually, Angel Ramirez. Shout out to you for that one. Second question, how do you decide how much money you'll spend on manga at once? Right now, I give myself like a $30 to $50 each paycheck to spend on manga, but sometimes I end up going overboard. If I see a volume that I really want that's normally out of stock. Also, do you have D Gray Man? Well, let's go ahead and answer this a little bit in reverse real quick, V Fusion, and thank you for the question. I will say that I do have the first volume of D Gray Man because I do want to check it out. And honestly, the way I decide how much money I want to spend at once on manga, I just spend it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I always get my bills out of the way first. I get my bills and necessities out of the way, like groceries, lights, water, all that type of stuff. I get that stuff out the way first, and then that decides how much free money I have. And usually with my free money, I go out to eat, or I go on dates, or, you know, I got to use that bad boy on gas, which I don't really count that as free money. I count that as bills. So besides gas, usually the money I set aside outside of bills, that's free money, and I can spend that however I want. Now, I do also save some money as well. I got a little savings account happening, but usually the money I have in my bank account, especially my spending bank account, because I do divide all my bank accounts up, I will say that I can spend all of my spending money from my spending bank account and it won't hurt me, because it's meant to be spent. It's meant for fun, essentially. So yeah, that's how I decide how I do that. I don't do the $30 to $50 limit, because honestly, that's like 5 volumes of manga, unless you really budgeting real hard and finding them deals. But usually I go on a hunt with the boys. If you haven't checked out my series, Come Shop with the Boy, go ahead, check that haul series out, that hunt series out, where it's kind of like a vlog. I go out with hunts with my friends, and we go buy manga. We buy lots of manga. And I would say I spend way more than $30 to $50, but I'm not gonna spend my whole paycheck just on manga. I gotta spend my paycheck on other things too, because you guys know I collect anime figures. I'm not the game for the anime figures. Y'all know I collect them, so don't play me like that. Don't play me. But yeah, I really don't have a budget. Sometimes, you know, if I feel like I'm swiping my credit card too much that day, then I'm like, you know what? Let me stop. Let me chill. I think I got too much right here. Or if the bags start getting a little too heavy for my hand, I'm like, yo, I need to chill. I think I'm done for today. But thank you for the question, V Fusion. I actually really like that one. Another question by Okie Dokie. What do you think of Tokyo Ghoul? Trust me, the manga is light years ahead of the anime in terms of story and character development. Tokyo Ghoul, I either hear that it's really good or it's just alright. Now, my initial introduction to Tokyo Ghoul was the anime, and the anime was one of the most hyped things that I've ever went into, and it was one of the most middest things that I've ever watched. The first season of the anime, because I only watched the first season and I stopped after that, I didn't think it was bad, but it definitely wasn't up to the hype standards that people were hyping it up to. And yes, I mean the anime, not the manga. I know a lot of people hype the manga, but this is when I was actually into watching anime more than manga. And I watched the anime, and it's 12 episodes. The first season is 12 episodes. And I just thought it was so mid. Why do people hype this up so much? Now, I heard that the manga, obviously, especially from your comment, that's way better than the anime. But I've also heard that the manga really isn't all that as well. So, I might give Tokyo Ghoul a visit one day. I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem like my style. I'm not really with the ghouls. I'm not really with the vampires. I'm not with all that stuff. Now, I do like transformations. And I'm not gonna lie, I did like the end of season 1 where he was talking about count backwards from 100 by 7. I was like, yo, this boy is raw. But after that, I really didn't like it that much. So, yeah, I hope that answered your question. Next question. Blade, how much costs all of your mangas combined? Probably over 1,000. I'll keep it a stack right there. Connery Patel, do you think you will ever collect My Hero Academia / do you read it? With My Hero Academia, I predominantly actually watch the anime more than I actually read the manga. In fact, I think I've read like 1 or 2 chapters of the manga, and after that I was like, yo, this is anime strictly. I don't really have the patience. I don't really have the time to dedicate myself to My Hero Academia. I do plan to collect it once the box sets actually come out, because I do like the series of My Hero, even though I call it mid all the time. I do like the series of My Hero Academia, but I definitely don't want to buy it at full price, especially if I know that Viz will one day come out with a box set, because My Hero is one of the biggest animes out right now, especially in terms of when it came out and what it's doing right now. So I anticipate a box set coming out for My Hero, so I never really want to pay full price for My Hero volumes, if you get what I'm saying. So I will buy it one day, and I will read it one day. I heard the manga, especially where it's at now, is way better than the anime, and I heard that the anime is a bit kiddie-ish compared to the manga itself. So yeah, I don't think I'll plan to read it one day, but I do plan to collect it in terms of having the box sets and just seeing where it stands and the test of time for all the manga, especially compared to right now. Alright, so another question from Orton Polison, and it says, which English publisher do you think has the best quality books? Honestly, best quality? I mean, if I'm going with my favorite English publisher, it's gonna be Viz. Look at my shelves right behind me. It's mostly Viz title, mostly Shonen Jump titles coming from there, and those mostly come from Viz. But if I have to go with another publisher that I really do like 7 Seas. They make a lot of nasty man content, if you get what I'm saying. So I really do like 7 Seas, but my favorite is Viz. Then after that, it's gonna have to be 7 Seas because of all the nasty man stuff that they got. And then right after that, it's Skin Press. But honestly, Dark Horse with their omnibus versions of like Hellsing and Berserk, oh my god, those are amazing. Those are fantastic. I'm sorry, but they are. But if I gotta go with my favorite publisher, it's gonna have to be Viz Media. And Viz, if you want to shoot your boy, a little DM or something, you want to send me a little care package, I wouldn't be against that. Rolo Negative asks, if you had the writing and artistic skills, what kind of manga would you create? I'd honestly probably create something actiony, something shonen, like something with the power of friendship, but something like I want them to be like fighting with fists, but I also want them to have some type of like power, but I also want them to be able to transform. It sounds like I'm describing Dragon Ball Z. Well, that's because I am. Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite series of all time, but that's what most shonens are. You either have a transformation, you have some type of power, or you're beating somebody up with your fists. Those are my favorite type of series to actually read and or watch. So I want to make a series just like that. I would love to make like a martial arts series type of thing where it has like this huge tournament arc, and the tournament arc be like the greatest tournament arc of all time. Something like Yu Yu Hakusho's dark tournament arc. You get what I'm saying? But that's another goal for later on in life. I'll say that right now. Which anime shows / movies do you wish could get Funko Pops in the future? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What was your first anime you watched and first manga you read? Well, the first anime I've ever watched was probably going to have to be Dragon Ball Z, which, whose first anime is that not? I mean, you could probably say like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! But the one I remember, and I know it was like an anime, is going to have to be Dragon Ball Z. Now, the first manga I've read is going to have to be either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or has to be Naruto. Now, I never read them in full when I was younger, but that was the first time I was actually exposed to manga, knowing that anime comes from manga, or basically anime originates in manga format. Another question from Tyler Matthews. What is one thing you hate most about manga collecting? I think the one thing I hate most about manga collecting is my OCD when it comes to manga collecting, because if I'm going out to a store and I'm buying a series, and I know I like said series, and I want to buy multiple, my thing is, I don't like buying out of order. Now, the one series that I'm really buying out of order with badly is going to be Hunter x Hunter, but that's because the volume is just so hard to come by as of right now. But really, when it comes to any other series, I will literally buy Volume 1, and Volume 2 will be out of stock for months. And I will not collect that series for months until that Volume 2 comes out. So my OCD really gets in my head when it comes to me collecting manga, because I do not like to collect out of order, because I will forget what manga volumes I have at the crib, and I will accidentally buy the same thing. And I have done that once, and I have learned from that one time, and I will never do it again. Now, another question from Karate the Man. How much time did it take for you to read all of your manga? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think any manga collector, or at least with a manga collection almost as big as mine, I don't think you've read every single thing in your collection. I have not read every single thing in my collection. I will say the things that I did start off with collecting in my manga collection were series that I actually watched the animes for. And if I watch the anime for it, I'm literally buying the manga just as a centerpiece. I don't need to read it because I already watched it, especially if it's something like Naruto, which I do plan to do a reread of it, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where I already watched the anime for it, which I do recommend watching the anime for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but the manga is so good as well. So if you do either one, you're not really going wrong with those decisions, but if you want to do both, you can. Or if you had to choose one or the other, I highly suggest going anime over manga for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, though. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Isaiah Granados, how do you fund your manga collection? Money and OnlyFans. So check me out on OnlyFans. Anonymous Manga asks, how much manga do you buy per manga haul? And honestly, I can say I don't have an exact answer for that one, only because I buy however much I want to buy at that time. G-Hawks asks, if one anime or manga character could be your best friend, who would it be? It might have to be Goku. Why? Because he'll see the good in me, right? He'll want the best out of me as well. He'll also train me, so I'll be pretty powerful as well. And then, I'm on Earth. I'm Earthling. I'm on my Krillin status, you know what I'm saying? By the time I get done training with, Goku, I might be pretty powerful. I'm not gonna cap. I might be pretty powerful, so I will say that right now. And he's gonna be my best friend. Look at what happened when Frieza killed Krillin. That man was Super Saiyan. Now think of if I died and I was his best friend. He might go like Super Saiyan 6 or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maya's asks, what was your first manga you collected? The first manga I physically bought has to have been Naruto. Now, I don't know which volume. I actually have it over there, but I'm too lazy to get it. But it's volumes 44, 26, and 43. Now, obviously, 26 was the first one I got out of those three. But that was the first series I kind of was collecting. Like, I had those 3 manga volumes from middle school all the way to high school. I only had 3 manga volumes growing up, so that kind of gives you a scope on how some of you guys who are younger or are still like in grade school think, you know what, I want a big manga collection too. I wish I could get a big manga collection. Well, your big homie Dark Sage only had 3 volumes of manga growing up while I was in grade school, so you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't the manga collector that I was years ago that I am now. So I will say that. And trust me, this right here, this does not happen overnight. I will tell you this. This does not happen overnight. It feels like overnight, but it definitely doesn't happen overnight. All right, top 5 characters of all time for my boy Jesse Dillinger. Oh, why he had to do that? Why he have to do that? I'm not going to go in any particular order when I give y'all the top 5, all right? I'm going to have to go with Guts from Berserk. I'm going to have to go with Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm going to have to go with Shinichi from Parasite. I'm going to have to go with Whitebeard from One Piece, because Whitebeard, that boy's a god. And then I'm going to have to go with Bardock from Dragon Ball Z. Bardock is one of my favorite characters. No, Bardock is my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. So some of these series are some of my favorites in my top 5 of all time. So having these 5 characters to me isn't really surprising. To the Fallen, my boy, asked Berserk, best manga you ever read? To give you guys some context real quick, right? 2 was the one that really got me into Berserk. Now, I've heard of Berserk, but he was the one that really pushed me into reading it. Berserk is one of the best things I've read in my life. I'll just say that right now. Sailor Man asks, favorite manga that's better than its anime counterpart? And for this one, I'm gonna have to go probably with One Punch Man. One Punch Man is one of my favorite series in anime / manga. It's actually one of the series that actually got me back into reading manga and actually got me into actually watching anime again, because I took a huge break from high school to my college life. And One Punch Man, I will say, well, season 1, it did One Punch Man really well. It did justice for the series itself. But season 2, do we have to talk about it? I really don't want to talk about it, but I will say if they do a season 3, they need to get the first season studio to go ahead and animate season 3, because season 3, once that comes out, is going to be a banger, full of action, full of fights, full of some Garo goodness. So I'm gonna need the first season studio to go ahead and come back for season 3 on that bad boy. What's your favorite anime of all time? Oh, you can't say of all time. I'm gonna just leave it to y'all's interpretation. I'm gonna leave it to y'all's interpretation. But I will say that Dragon Ball Z and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is both GOAT status. I'm gonna just leave it to your interpretation. What is the rough estimate for your manga library? Probably my manga library is at maybe 600, maybe a little above 600 volumes now. My boy Sekou Hill asks, what's a series you've read or watched that got a lot of hype and everyone liked, but you didn't enjoy it as much? And what's a series people talk down on that you enjoy a lot? Well, the series that gets a lot of hype and I just didn't enjoy it as much, I didn't enjoy it as much as others, it might have to be Dragon Ball Super. I'm sorry. Look, Dragon Ball Super. Look, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I love Dragon Ball Z with all my heart. But Dragon Ball Super compared to Dragon Ball Z, it's not even in the same stratosphere, my guy. Like, I can't do that. That's disrespectful if I do that. And now a series people talk down on that you enjoyed a lot. I think a series that I like a lot that a lot of people don't might be, I can't really say this though, but Black Clover, only because of the beginning of the anime adaptation itself. But besides that, I feel like a lot of people are actually coming to love Black Clover, especially the way that my video did over me talking about Black Clover. I gotta say that I didn't expect that many Black Clover fans to come out there, but they came out, they showed up, and they showed some love. Nemjit asks, what are your favorite live action movies / TV shows? I'm gonna go ahead and go with movies because I can go with this one on top of my head easily. And my favorite live action movie has to be Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Iron Man 1 from the MCU. Oh, and Batman Begins. Those are three heavy hitters right there. I can watch those movies back to back all day and I would not be bored. I love those. And favorite live action TV show, and like if it's not superhero based, then I'm gonna have to go with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's like my favorite TV show of all time. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I've watched that series 3 or 4 times over by now. Game Troopers / Game TPR asks, what anime character do you hate but everyone likes? Levi from Attack on Titan. I hate Levi. Doma Upper Moon 2 asks, manga you bought on a whim and ended up liking. You guys are gonna roast me, but I had to bring up a nasty man manga series in here. And it has to be Gal Gohan. I love Gal Gohan. Right now we're currently on volume 8 and 2 more volumes come out and then it's gonna be the end of the series, and I'm gonna be so sad when the series ends. I'm reading it while the actual physical volumes come out, but I'm gonna be so sad when the last volume comes out and I gotta read it and I just gotta see the ending. Hopefully the ending is good. I hope to God that the ending is good. Wanted to pick it up only because it looked nasty. For my Nasty Man manga purposes, I had to pick that bad boy up. Goggles20 asks, have you watched any anime that isn't based on a manga? And yeah, I want to say Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, maybe The Big O. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, those are the three that I could name off the top of my head. And maybe Fooly Cooly and Neon Genesis Evangelion. But those are like, you know, the 90s animes that everyone knows, so yeah. Carson Gooch asks, if you would have to live in one anime world, which would it be? And the anime world that I choose to live in would have to be Hunter x Hunter. Now you might be asking why, because everyone in Hunter x Hunter has nin, or has the ability to get nin, or has the ability to like train their nin, things like that. Because I really want to say JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it's not a guarantee that I'll get a stand. I really want to say Dragon Ball Z world, but it's not a guarantee that I'll be a saying. But if I go into the Hunter x Hunter world, everybody has nin. Everyone can train their nin. So therefore, I'll be a nin user. And then I can become a hunter. Dr. Dankness 1919 asks, what's your favorite Nasty Man anime? Prison School. Enough said. Jim Halper asks, okay, this is for you and all the Broke Boy gang. Is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure worth reading and watching? Yes. To both. Read and watch it. Ricky Tiki asks, have you read all of JoJo? Nope. Alright, now while I'm not doing one person who has multiple questions, I have to answer this for G.E. Hawkins. He asks, why did Twitch chat choose H energy over every power system? Now, if you guys don't know what he's referring to, on my Twitch stream, I did a what's the best power system or anime power system in any anime / manga. And if you don't go to the Twitch streams already, check the Twitch streams out. Link is in the description down below. Or you can check out that replay on the second channel. But for the memes, and sadly the memes always win, Twitch chat chose H energy, which is from superheroes. If you don't know what H energy means, think of Nasty Man energy, and think of the word H and what Nasty Men have that can start with the letter H, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, H energy won over stand abilities. God dang it, they meme too much over there on the Twitch chat. I'll just say that right now. Sad Goku asks, why haven't you read Blade of Immortal, you bozo? Because you haven't bought it for me, bozo. Simple as that. RM asks, what made you commit to start collecting physical manga, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know if you mean like where do I see myself in adulthood or YouTube in 5 years, but I guess I'll answer the YouTube part in 5 years. What made me to commit to start collecting physical manga? Well, if you guys do not know, this channel, kind of right before the big manga spike in my actual content itself, I was already collecting anime figures and anime merch, so it was just natural for me to go right into manga, because I always wanted to pursue collecting manga, but I never really had an outlet to really do it, or like friends to hunt with. But I kind of forced my friend Jared to start hunting manga with me, and honestly, manga is one of the best things I've been hunting. I will say that I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading faster. My reading has gotten a lot better since I started reading manga. That's what helped dedicate me to reading manga and to support the industry that I really do love. I always say that. That's like one of the #1 values on this channel. Support the industry that you love. Obviously, don't support them if they're racist or, you know, they do bad stuff or whatever. But yeah, I definitely want to support these mangakas as much as I can, and buying their work, buying the merch, buying the figures, especially from retailers where they sell it for retail, definitely helps a lot. And I like to support the industry, which helps make things cheaper. That way I can buy more of it. So yeah. And where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully, I'm gonna just guesstimate right here. I'm hopefully over 50K. Like, I'm super full-time off of YouTube to where I'm like doing giveaways a good amount, like giveaways a lot more. My Twitch is a lot more successful, and a lot of you guys, we're just gonna build a stronger and better community overall, especially when it comes to just anime collecting, figures and merch. And I want to be, you know, I want to go to a con and I want to be a guest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a guest. Like, oh, we got Dark Sage as one of the guests on this year's list. Oh, no, that would be hard. That would be hard. And then, like, they fly me out, and then I get to meet a whole bunch of you guys. Because I want to meet a whole bunch of you guys who say y'all watch my content and support the content. Because I obviously want to see what you guys are on. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Patrick Cecilano asks, when did you start this channel and why? When I was in middle school / high school, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. My thing was I wanted to be on YouTube. Didn't know what I wanted to do on YouTube. Well, I thought I knew what I wanted to do to YouTube. But when it came to me being in middle and high school, I wanted to be a YouTuber. And what I want to be big on YouTube for? Skits. Which is why you kind of see a lot of skits in some of my older videos or some of my newer videos at the beginning of some of my videos. But I wanted to get big off of skits. And essentially skits wasn't really my thing to get big off of. Instead, it was actually anime collecting merch. So I started this channel I think I made this channel maybe 2012, I think. This is my first YouTube channel. Now, this is my first YouTube channel that I've been consistent on, but I used to have like gameplay videos on here where it was like super cringe. I've been deleted them things. I wish I hadn't. I wish I would have kept them on here. But I have some super old ones of me like doing Pokemon playthroughs, me recording Batman Arkham City on my phone. Oh my god, the quality was so bad. But man, if I could find them, man, I'd put them in here somewhere though. When will you read Vagabond? Okay, let me go ahead and see right here. Let me go ahead and report. Thoughts on me? Eren Yeager? All I'll say is I'm a Jaegerist, baby. I'm a Jaegerist. Also, I read all of Attack on Titan, so I know what happens at the end. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to spoil anybody. Mini Monkey Man asks, thoughts on 20th Century Boys? Haven't read it, but I heard it's great. Essence of 1988. Have any favorite video games based on anime? Dog. If I could tell you all the anime games I played in my life, first off, we got to go with Infinite World, Budokai 3, these are all Dragon Ball Z games, by the way. And we have to go with Burst Limit. Oh my god, I love those 3 games. And Xenoverse. I really like Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 is a fantastic game. Naruto Storm, the Storm series in general, Naruto Ultimate Ninja, the ones that was on PS2, those are fire as well. I'm trying to think of any other anime games. Ooh, the Yu-Gi-Oh game that was on DS. Oh man, I used to tear that up. Obviously Pokemon, even though Pokemon started off as a game, then became an anime. So I guess we don't count Pokemon in that sense. Lightning Weeb 93 asks, can you say re like Force, please? It's too early in the morning. How many times did you go broke because of manga? I guess it's kind of pretty often. I mean, I can't afford all the things I really want, like $80, $90, $100 figures, but I mean, I guess in terms of manga, I guess pretty often, like maybe every week. But that's all my spending money, obviously. Nima Moradi asks, top 5 manga. I'm gonna try and speed blitz this bad boy, you get what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get it. Top 5 manga / anime. Because I'm gonna say anime, because some of these series I've seen the anime for, and some of these series I read the manga for. So no particular order, obviously. First one up is One Piece. Oh, One Piece manga is amazing. Second is Parasite. You can either read the manga, or you can watch the anime. Either or, it's not, it's, you know, you can't make a bad choice with that. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Manga or anime, but if you're gonna read part 5, don't read part 5. Watch part 5. Trust me, it'll be less confusing. Number 4, it has to be Dragon Ball Z. I love me some Dragon Ball Z. And number 5, I'm gonna have to put Yu Yu Hakusho on that bad boy, because Yusuke is one of my favorite characters of all time as well. I don't know why I didn't put him on my top 5 earlier, but he is one of my favorite characters of all time. Alright guys, but that is it for the Q&A. A lot of the questions were kind of like questions that were already asked, or I kind of answered them in other questions. But yeah, I want to say thank you guys for all those questions. That was a lot. It is super early in the morning, like I said earlier in the video, and my throat really hurts. Big pause on that. But if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, leave a like, share the video. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and hit that post notification bell. That way you're always updated whenever I come out with newer content, or I make a post in my community tab. And don't forget, like I said earlier, follow me on all my other social medias, including my second YouTube channel and my Twitch, where you can actually watch us do Twitch streams and things like that. Like I say, thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.